A quick thought on New Age, spirituality, and Jesus. As someone who is very spiritual, I use techniques like energy healing. I work with crystals. I work with the cycles of the moon and the cycles of nature, and also in multiple dimensions. I have a great relationship with Jesus. I can't speak for all New Age people, and many people who've had really traumatic experiences, and there are lots and lots of them, at the hands of the church or people who we were taught to trust because of religious hierarchy. There's something that often happens, which is called deconstructing their religious. That's what I'm looking for here. Um, when something is put on you, mm, kind of brainwashing, but the word I'm looking for is more gentle than that. Conditioning, deconstructing their religious conditioning. And there's a difference between the things that have come down through the people, been adjusted through different needs of getting a population to do something or not to do something, to spread out and colonize other places and claim that it's because of this religion. That's one thing. But the actual being, the actual spirit of the Christ, those two things aren't the same. You can absolutely say, yeah, I'm not all about that, whatever that stuff is, but also I love Christ. Or, like, if you're like me, and I know there are a lot of y'all out there who are, you have no beef with the church. I have no beef with the church. Good people and bad people are everywhere. There are atheists who are amazing, loving, wonderful, caring, positive people. And there are atheists who are terrible people. There are highly religious people who are wonderful people. There are highly religious people that are awful people. People are good or bad depending on what they choose to do and the type of consciousness and heart they choose to cultivate. And the hope of religion is that that helps people to find a moral center. But it's not always the case. Just think about all the people in various religions who send out lots of hate and violence and judgment and desire to harm to people who happen to be in a different ideology than them. Also, I'm a believer that the great consciousness, the great loving one, which some people call God, the entity that everything is made up of and is a fractal up of us, so we're all little pieces of it created in its image, talks to different people in different ways. We can find it within that still small voice, the kingdom of the heart, the kingdom of heaven that lives within you. So claiming that someone else's path is wrong, is objectively wrong, I think is the very definition of sin. Because God, or the one, is going to talk to everyone in a way that speaks to them. Different types of people all over the world are going to be talked to in different ways, depending on what their lives are like, depending on what their worlds are like. So at the end of the day, I am a believer that our world is coming to greater levels of harmony. It's not a straight trajectory, but I am putting all my eggs in the basket of living in a world that is healing, in the process of healing. Not already healed, there's stuff that we still have to sort out, absolutely. But if we do want to align with the Christ consciousness, and I'm not saying give up your power to some external entity which you imagine sitting on a cloud and is going to solve all your problems. That was never the point. And also, need I say, Jesus said multiple times, do not worship me. Do not worship me. So I'm just saying, I don't want to make anyone mad. I'm not trying to argue. I'm not trying to change anyone's perspective. I'm just seeing people talk a lot about like the Doreen Virtue effect, or a couple, Kat Von D, I think is another one who is very highly spiritual, and then something happened to switch them and go super Christian and super rejecting of all other ways. And I have been highly spiritual for 21 years now. I've had all kinds of experiences, and I'm good friends and in good relationship with the Christ. He has helped me through many things, and I definitely have always had a good rapport with him, and I'm very grateful that he is one of the guardians of this planet. And I have never felt the remotest urge to vilify or demonize spiritual techniques. If you actually know what you're doing, you're not worshiping the spiritual tools by using them. You're not worshiping a crystal or a glass of moon water anymore that you're worshiping your phone when you use it, or you're worshiping your car or your fork when you use it to eat a piece of food. So I just wanted to give this reflection to you guys. like I said, I'm not here to argue. If you disagree, that's fine. But I also have a hunch just through my work with teaching and helping to guide people that a lot of people feel this way and no one's really mentioning this part. So, New Age, spirituality, New Age, actually ancient age, does not have to be at crosshairs with the teachings of the Christ. They don't have to fight. It can all be cool. In fact, Christ was very new age for his time. He was like ultra spiritual. And if you want to jump down a rabbit hole, I suggest that you spend some time looking into what he was doing in Egypt and how similar the types of miracles and amazing things he performed when he went back home is to the type of things they would be taught in the mystery schools of Egypt. I mean, I'm not there. I can't say exactly what happened, but it sure does make sense that he was there the same amount of time it would have taken him to go all the way up the rung to being a high priest of the various temples there. And then he took those skills back to his people in such a way that he could awaken them to the divinity within their hearts. Have a great day, you guys. Sending you lots of love and reminding you that we're all in this together. There are no fences. We're all brothers and sisters. We're all humans at this planet, on this planet, at this time, working together to create a better world. Love y'all. Bye.